Hello, this is Kathy Dixon. Welcome to the Math Reflective. Going full capacity tomorrow. Stay tuned. Sixth grade math teacher in Illinois and Open Up Math community coach. Tomorrow, April 7th, our district goes full capacity. And while we will still have some children remote, we have the majority of our classes are going to be full tomorrow. So the last couple days, we were given teacher days to just kind of get things ready, and I want to share that with you today. Okay, so as you go into my room, you see we are putting the desks as close to 3 to 6 feet apart as we can. We know that they're, not going to be 6 feet anymore, and the CDC said 3 to 6 when possible. So I currently have 28 desks in this room because my largest class is going to be 28 out of 30 in person tomorrow. And what we did is each first period teacher made a seating chart for their cohort, and students will sit in those same seats in all of their core content area classes. So one seating chart was made, and we pass those on to those other core teachers that they get. What we were doing earlier in the school year is teachers were rotating for all the core classes, so students stayed put. So it's kind of a good idea that students are going to have that, ability to walk around a little bit more. And then here's my station. I was rotating on a cart. They bought us these stands. I will still use that because I teach a lot from my iPad. However, I'll be able to kind of rotate this around and move this here. And then I've got my laptop, and I've got my own personal monitor here that I will use to extend my screen so I can move the chat and the Zoom gallery off to the side and make the window bigger up on my projected whiteboard for students to do the learning. Okay, well, you see I have another card in there because in my second period class I have our math interventionist, Mary Dooms, is my co-teacher, so she'll be coming in and we'll just be as distant as we can up at the front. I did leave a walkway here because sometimes I like to sit on the counter and kind of teach from there, and I can project my iPad still by sharing my screen on Zoom. And then also I left a path at the back of the room in case I want to kind of station myself back there. I have plenty of room back here. I could have my cart so I can kind of see students' screens. And that's it. Of course, there were a lot of things to discuss amongst our school and then our grade level teams as far as how we're going to dismiss students in classes, because if we dismiss everybody at once, there's too many kids in the hall still. So what we came up with is we're going to dismiss them by columns in our classroom going left to right, and every 30 seconds we'll have a group go in the hallway and walk to classes. Now for sixth graders, this is the first time that they were able to rotate to their core classes. They have been rotating to their encore classes like PE and music and drama and things like that, but this is the first time they'll be rotating in the hallway. I'm sure it'll feel a lot like the first day or week of school again in a lot of ways, so we have some social emotional activities and things that we're going to do, some engagement activities and check-ins with students, and we're shifting that majority and minority. So before it was kind of split, less kids were in school, more were on Zoom because we had a hybrid schedule, and then now it's going to be 80 to 90 something percent of students will be in person and just that smaller percent remote. So we want to make sure as teachers, of course, that we are valuing every student and providing equity in all the different ways that we instruct students and deliver our lessons. We still want to make everyone feel valued and part of a community. So in the future, I'll be making some videos to show how we're going to focus on that. Something else we decided to do as a sixth grade team and being a sixth grade leader, and we met with our entire sixth grade team of teachers today, and we talked about making one email that we would all send to our distribution period, which is first period for us. And in that email, we're kind of outlining what to expect for the in-person, the remote learners, what our norms and expectations are at this point in the year as we pivot to a different learning model, because again, each time we make a change, we need to set those expectations and be very clear for students, along with how we're going to do grouping of students, those on Zoom and those in the room. It was a little easier before sometimes to separate it out, but we'll just have to always be conscious that we're not just isolating those. Maybe there's 3 to 5 students on Zoom and they're not only in a group, that we're sometimes having our in-person students join Zoom as well so they can be part of that too. Another thing that our administrators had to coordinate is our mass break schedule. We currently It takes our students 2 days to actually get through all their class periods, so we have longer block scheduling going on this year, and I'm not sure what will continue next year. This is different from what we did pre-pandemic, but we have to have mass breaks once a day for a certain class period, and that's a 10-minute break, including traveling outside, distancing students, and allowing them to have a mass break. So because we have full capacity and we've got all 3 grade levels, we have to make sure that we're kind of rotating that by 20-minute shifts. So 6th grade teachers will take theirs within a 20-minute time period, 7th grade teachers theirs as well. We happen to be a middle school that also is attached to an elementary school, so then we're sharing that space because they're shifting from AM, PM to full day for elementary. So lots of changes going on all over the country, all over the world for that matter. And I know teachers, we're flexible and resilient just like our students are and our families have had to be. Personally, I'm pretty excited to see the students tomorrow. I definitely felt a shift when we had more and more students coming in 5 days a week, and being an extrovert, I get really energized by being around people and having those students in person. So I feel like my teaching comes alive in a different way as well. But it will be an adjustment, but a good one and a positive one, and a step closer to never again going back to the way it was necessarily, because hopefully we've improved, we've learned, we've been able to leverage technology and different things so that we can actually increase our level of engagement with students and help them grow and be able to grow ourselves professionally. Coming up soon, I'll definitely be sharing some more as I'm back in my own room and not rotating. I plan to set up a camera soon and maybe just focus on how I'm kind of handling this full capacity transition. Are you ready for more?